This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
It's a new year.
And a new season.
24/7 Buff Fandemonium isn't just a page.
It's a family.
A passionate group of positive Buffalo football fans
who embrace the character and fight of this team.
We strive to embody this passion
and present a fan-first perspective
without all the fluff.
Enter
the K-Gun Report.
Season 2.
The first season was exciting for 24/7 Buff Fandemonium.
Talking football, connecting with fans, and having quality conversation.
This season we're stepping it up, and we want you all to come be a part of the conversation.
On March 9th, 2021,
the K-Gun Report
is back.
Let's go, Buffalo!
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bills fans, welcome to 24/7 Buff Fandemonium presents the K-Gun Report, Season 2, Episode 45. I'm Jarrod. Joining me tonight, we have the Fandemonium. We also have Scott.
Hey, AFC East champions.
Oh, that was nice. That was really
like
nice.
that?
Yeah.
You like
Did you
that?
have that written down?
No, I just came up with it just now.
There you go. And Swank.
Yo.
Swank is a little bit under the weather.
Swank may or may not have COVID. We're going to find out right after this. Scott wanted me to take a test live on the air, but I'm not going to do that.
All right. Thank
Pull
you.
something out
Thank
with
you.
it. We got a special going on tonight. It's a giveaway show. We haven't done one of these in a little bit. So all you need to do is during the live feed is write something. We have quite the following already. So just keep at it. And then Scott, elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll keep track of the names, guys. We'll put all your names on the Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny. All you're doing is commenting, and you're on that Wheel of Destiny for your chance to win this Andre Reed COA authenticated right there mini helmet. It's a pretty sweet little auto right there.
Oh, yeah.
And special thanks to our partner at Buffalo Autographs, the Facebook page. You can go there. They do a bunch of razzes and stuff and gives all this cool stuff away. And then they also have a website, www.buffaloautograph.com. If you donate the money for the razzes and you continue to lose and lose and lose, just go straight up and buy some of this stuff. They're competitive. And when I say competitive, I mean they're better than anywhere else. I can promise you that. So again, Buffalo Autographs, the Facebook page, and www.buffaloautographs.com is the website you can go visit.
I had a quick question. I have a Bruce Smith mini helmet Eclipse that I got from buffaloautographs.com. How do I enter to get that helmet, the Andre Reed helmet?
You can actually go to www.buffaloautographs.com.
I thought you were saying you can go to House Swank, but everybody else.
And you can straight up buy one. Okay.
Got that cash?
Got that cash? I was gonna say, I said, hey guys, what's up? I'm entered. No, but yeah, go check him out. Ryan Hickman runs that site and that Facebook page, and he does a great job there. And he's honest. He's very impressive. with his honesty. He's transparent, guys, and he'll let you know anything that's going on, and he'll work with you. He definitely does work with you.
Yo, we got Troy Pedito, we got Ellen Lartz, we got Brent Thomas and G Swank. Another water night. I'll make up for the beer you don't drink. Thanks, buddy. And I'll tell you what, next time I can drink beer, oh God, it's gonna be a marathon. It's gonna be the best sloppiest swank night on either Sunday session, sloppy swank night on Sunday sessions, or keeled over.
Is that a
on the
fans
K-Gun.
only type thing or what?
Yeah, it's an OnlyFans. OnlyFans / sloppy swank.
Now listen, the goal for tonight is we're going to talk a little bit about the Jets game, just a little bit, because obviously we're in the playoffs now, and we're hosting the New England Patriots. And then when I say hosting, that obviously means something, right? We're not 4, we're 3rd, but we are the AFC East champions. That's why we have a home game. I just want to throw this out there really quick before we get really into it. Kevin Bauer says, the elephant in the room, what's the real news on Shaq? Scott, you mentioned that to us a little earlier today. Do you know anything else about that rumor?
You got a bunch of people saying he's on the team. I haven't seen anything from the websites. I haven't seen anything on Twitter. The Bills official site hasn't said anything. And we would for sure hear about it as soon as that became real news. 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, we won't post anything unless there's actual facts behind it. It's just rumorville now. I'd like the depth personally, but who knows? Who knows? He got released for a reason. He hasn't been putting up the numbers. So it's interesting, but nothing yet.
So Trainwreck is the one that put it out like it was actually news. And I've seen a lot of people, media members like Sal Capaccio and a couple other people, retweet it out and say, look, this is not official. If it is official, make sure we give Trainwreck credit. So I'm wondering if they super early scooped it and released it way earlier than they should have. But who knows? I mean, I think it wouldn't be a bad move. I don't think that he's going to bring anything different than he's always brought, right? It's going to be a depth signing. It's going to be similar to Devontae Freeman in the offseason last year, or in the playoffs last year,
I'm thinking Kenny Stills, this thing that
exactly.
they did with him too.
Yeah, same deal. A little veteran depth of some guy that already knows your scheme pretty well, and can do okay things. I mean, I don't think he's going to bump Groot or Epinesa or Jerry Hughes or Addison, but if you're thinking about this tide that we were talking about on Sunday, man, Hughes and Addison are probably on their way out, So would you want a 6th year player, right? Because he came in that last year Rex. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I think 6-year player who's got a little bit of knowledge of the team, and apparently all the reports say he didn't want to leave Buffalo. That was an agent thing. I think it was stupid for him to leave for a couple $100,000 anyway. I think they offered him pretty much the same money. But yeah, that's all I got on that, man. I've been seeing it all day because I've been sitting in my chair looking at Twitter and sleeping.
But yeah, and keep in mind, it's not anything I think he's going to come and replace Epinesa or Russo, like you were saying. So I think he would be an upgrade maybe from an Addison or Hughes. I agree with you on that. So who knows? I mean, unfortunately for him, when he left, it was a case of the Jordan Phillips and him both leaving. So we won't know who actually complimented the other one most. But if Lawson comes in, I'll be happy. I was never upset with him in the first place.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's always behind the players that he played with. He's always rooting for the Buffalo Bills. And to have a guy possibly have a chance to come back that he wants to be here, yeah, that's pretty cool too. That adds a little bit of something. Also, Brent Thomas,
of course he wants to be here.
Ertz might be interested too, apparently. I love this new guy in here.
Yeah, Pat Suck.
Pat Suck.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Do you know who that is?
No, I don't. But he said he loves our show and it's awesome.
Troy Pedito brought him in. He came from Troy Pedito's hair.
I thought it was Troy Pedito. I thought he had a second name.
Could be.
No, he might.
He did. That's what the whole conversation was about on Facebook. Because that's he goes on Pat's Patriots fan page as that name, and he wreaks havoc. That's why he gets put in jail all the time.
And when he gets put in jail, he uses that name. Yep, for sure.
Buffalo Spartan says he thinks there's been a murder across the street from him. He's talking about that right now.
Well,
So
Buffalo Spartan, you are now entered to win that Andre Reed helmet for saying that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're right. Also, Spartan, are you sure it's not just the remnants of the Jets from Sunday? Sorry, too soon. Probably too soon. I'm sick. I can't be responsible for what I say, dude.
So let's get right into that, right? So, like I said, we'll talk about the Jets for a little bit here. Scott, why don't you lead the way with the good, the bad, and the ugly of that Jets game?
The good, we're AFC East champs. I'm gonna say it over and over again, and I'm so happy. 2 years in a row, guys. We haven't won an AFC championship. I'm sorry, AFC championship, an AFC East title at home since 1995, which is a crazy stat to think of. And what's even more crazy is the fact that Ryan Thomas educated us a little bit, say on the Sunday session, stating that we haven't won 2 in a row since '88 and '89. That was a long time ago. I thought maybe in the '90s they did it, but they didn't. I checked it out. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to go bad and ugly right off the bat. Hawk looked nasty. I don't know if it was the 2 weeks off that he had off that he wasn't punting, but pretty sure he's punting in practice. The Jets kicker didn't seem to have much of an issue kicking into the wind. Hey,
here's a big difference, though. Here's a big difference. The Jets kicker punts 5, 6, 7 times a game. Hawk had about 17 days off before his professional punt.
He's still practicing. He's still practicing. Jerry. My thing is in the wind, you drive it low and hard, right? Cut through the wind. It was shanking off his foot, going high out of bounds. I don't know what he was thinking, and then he muffed that one. So that's the bad and ugly for me.
Well, I think those 3 bad ones, because he was pretty good after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just put a foot behind it. He was like dropping it weird, I think, to try and get like a spin and kick it low and straight, like we were talking about. But I don't think it's something he was used to. If it was me, and I did that the first time, I probably would have been like, "Ooh, maybe I'll practice on the sideline. Maybe I'll try one more time." And then it happens again. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no." And sorry, I know this is a family show, but fuck that. No, like I'm not doing that again because that's stupid. I will say this, man. I have a dark horse that I really like that's on the practice squad right now, and I was messaging you guys about it when we picked him up. The Scottish Hammer, bro, from the worst team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. I love that guy. He is 100% like a Buffalo small town kind of guy, and he can wallop a ball. He's a little inconsistent, had a little injury stuff earlier, but then COVID's really what like got him out of Cleveland. Yep. So my proposal, I guess, for this weekend wouldn't be to bench Hawk completely. I think that you need him out there holding the ball for T-Bass. You can't change that right now.
Right.
But you could bench Breida and have the Scottish Hammer out there kicking balls.
Bill's going to bring 2 punters to this game, huh?
Yeah, why not, man?
Hey, man, I'd like that. Scottish Hammer, they call him?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. He'd be good. But that's my bad. My bad and ugly are also the offensive line for the Jets. They couldn't seem to hold any water. Everything was leaking right through them. And 9 sacks. By the way, congratulations on Jerry Hughes. He was stuck with Cornelius Bennett. And I believe, was it 53 and a half sacks, Jarrod? If I'm not. 52?
I thought it was 55 and a half, but.
Well, he was stuck with Cornelius Bennett tied at 4th. He now took over the 4th spot. He has 53 now, so it was 52 and a half.
Okay.
He's only behind Schobel, Hansen, and obviously Bruce Smith had 171 with the Bills, 200 total. So congrats to Hughes. But, man, our defensive line, we called it, Swank. We talked about it the last couple of weeks. That defensive line is coming into its own, and it's perfect timing for it. 9 sacks, that's a lot. And it may have been against the Jets, but come on. That's still a lot no matter who you're playing. So that's my bad and ugly.
A lot of it was only with 4 rushing, too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we talk about like how athletic and mobile Zach Wilson was, through that whole game, too. And his ass got sacked 9 times, so.
I'm telling you, my X factor was to contain him, make sure he stays in the middle, and have that middle rush do the rest, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
You're a bold prediction, I think, Scott, was 6+ sacks.
6+ sacks. I did.
So,
hey,
man,
1 out of 18. 1 out of 18 weeks. I finally got one right.
My bold prediction almost came true.
What was yours?
100-yard game for Motor.
Single motor.
Oh, right. Motor.
See, my two 100-yard rushers almost came true. Singletary had 80-something and 3. Yeah, he had 83, I think, and then Allen almost had 75. So I almost had 2 guys getting 100 yards rushing.
Well, you know what they say: almost only counts in horseshoe and hand grenades. And bullshit.
And almost doesn't count. Also, the song. You want my good, guys?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the defense for my good.
Do it.
15 rushes, 24 yards, right? That's only 1.6 yards a carry. That's not the answer to our running defense. Obviously, they played against the Jets, but Michael Carter's not a bad running back being a rookie this year. He's put up some pretty impressive numbers. But the 9 sacks was also impressive. The 53 total yards. Keep in mind those sacks play a part in some of those lost yards, but 53 total yards. That number one defense came in and they ended just the way the most perfect way you could, is ending up on top. And they were already ahead significantly in total yards anyways, and they just padded those stats big time. But in one of those plays, guys, was a 40-yard touchdown pass. So you take away that one play, that's 13 total yards the rest of the game. That's mind-blowing. That's crazy to me. The defense. Hey, Frazier's got a whole bunch of interviews coming up, so good luck to him. But that defense, he called the perfect defense for this Jets team.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like that McDermott gave him his credit too.
Yep.
That was nice.
Yeah, you look at the final score and you wouldn't think that the defense played all that well. I mean, I think at halftime, what was the score at halftime? 10?
10-13, something like that.
10-13. And I think the Bills defense only allowed 68 yards. And if you're looking just at the score, as some people just do, they thought that the defense was playing horribly. But it has to do with field position. And that field position, let's just go back. All 3 phases of the game are very important in football, especially when it comes to playoff time. And we saw against a team that came into Buffalo at 4-12 get to halftime still well in the game, all because of 2 bad punts, right? So, yeah, I saw a lot of comments about how our defense isn't doing well, but it's like 68 yards, guys. This is just opportunistic. They took advantage of 2 bad punts and they scored on them. 68 yards at halftime. I'll take that every day.
I don't know how you look at that game and say that the defense wasn't playing out of their mind. So
don't worry, it was
that's
on
a
a different
disillusioned
page.
mafia that is made up of a small amount of people.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out there really quick. Troy Petito says, remember everyone, Shout for a Cause Inc. is doing a coat drive for kids. Mafia, let's donate coats and money for coats. I think Jamie Noble is here. That's Lady Bills. They're doing a little fundraiser, donating warm stuff because it's obviously winter time. So go check out Shout for a Cause Inc. And there's probably more information there for you.
There's a lot of information over there. It's scarves, gloves, everything. But coats is their biggest drive, and even money donations will help out.
Sharpedito couldn't wait. He's already doing his bold prediction. There we win 21.
Oh, and
Win by
there's a
21.
link.
Josh throws 250. There you
There's a link right in the comments there for
go.
Shout for a
There you go.
Cause.
There you go.
You see how interactive the show is? Hey, can I do my good, bad, ugly?
Go. Swank.
Fire away.
Cool. My good is gonna be that defensive line, man. Just smoking them, and everybody's smoking them. Everybody getting one. I loved it. I love the pressure. It's what we talk about every single week. You get in a quarterback's face, and he gets rattled. He cannot perform, a la 65 yards. I want to see more and more and more of that. I think just like what we were talking about on this show in previous episodes, the Harrison Phillips at Oliver train is moving in full motion, and I challenge anybody to stop it. Harrison Phillips is playing out of his mind right now. He's in on every run stop. He is in the backfield half the time. And when he's not, Big Bad Ed is out there. And they're doing exactly what they need to do to get these ends free and to get the pressure that they need to get with the front 4. And it's awesome. And going into the playoffs, man, like I said, I don't care if it's the Jets or not. It's a great feeling to know that we're getting that to fire on all cylinders. So I was really impressed with the D-line. And especially since the Jets were pretty one-dimensional, you knew they were going to run it a lot. It was a good test to get that running game shored up because now you're facing another team that's going to run a lot. Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. So, like, I'm going to add quick.
Sure.
With the pressures on the quarterback, it wasn't just like they're coming up, busting up through the middle and making him run outside or inside or scramble. He was contained with that pressure.
Yeah.
Everybody on that defensive line, they bring one extra every once in a while, but everything was contained. Everyone was in their spots that they were supposed to be.
Gap responsibility.
Gap responsibility.
Execution, man.
And it was like he was flustered. Where am I going to go? And the pocket just swarmed around him, and it was fantastic to watch, and it's very promising. Week 18 going into the playoffs, seeing that happen.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I loved it. The bad for me, I don't usually go, and sometimes I forget when we do this, even though we did it 18 times or 17 times this year already. I don't really take the other team into consideration. I'm always thinking about like our team. And I'm just gonna like spoiler alert it. The ugly is definitely a Hawk. I'm glad that he bounced back and he was able to do what he needed to do. If you were listening closely for those little Easter eggs that Sean McDermott likes to hide in his press conferences, you are not going to see a Matt Hawkless playoff run. Like he said how proud he was of how he bounced back and all that stuff. Like we're stuck with him at least holding the ball for T-Bass, which I think is a good thing. So he's my ugly. The bad for me, man, are these drops by our wide receivers. Gabe Davis kind of bummed me out. I really want him to get back in a rhythm with Josh. I also want some of these other guys to get back in a rhythm, man. I mean, I know it's getting colder up there, and I know Josh wings it, but these are kind of like the things that get into this equation, right? You got cold weather, you got wind. You need a strong-armed quarterback that can piss missile it right into your hands. You got to be able to catch it. You know, I mean, not just this last week, but the last couple weeks. There's been some pretty big drops. And I know it's cold. I know it's windy. I know it's coming in hot, but you know, you're leaving points out there. And when you get into playoffs, you can't leave points out there. So that's kind of my call to arms. I want to see Gabe, you know, do more Gabe things. He had a couple great catches, man. But we got drops from guys that we don't normally get drops from. It bummed me out. Knox had a pretty bad drop there halfway through the game. It seemed like from the opening drive, after the opening drive until about halfway through the third quarter, it was just like this big lull offensively, you know.
Yep.
And it wasn't even like they weren't moving it. It was just like
a lot of Walmart Dayball was
Dayball.
showing up in the messenger, right?
Yeah, Dable,
So,
man. And
Dable.
I'll say this, Leslie and him are both getting a lot of
attention.
people sniffing around for him, right? I saw some guy for Chicago say, Brian Dable's always been on my radar, and I'm really excited to see if he comes to Chicago, but Buffalo seems to hate him.
You know that awesome running back you have over there in Chicago and Montgomery? You could say goodbye to his stats.
Sit him. Bench him.
Does Taberski go with him?
Taberski.
Back to Chicago.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I don't see him getting the Chicago job. I actually see him. I think it'd be funny if he got Miami. And now New York's open, even though that's completely bass-ackwards to me. Maybe they should just switch head coaches. Joe Judge goes to Miami and Flores goes to New York.
That was a questionable call getting rid of Flores. I don't know. Miami has had 10 coaches in the last 21 years. 2 years on average for a coach. Are you serious? You're not even giving these guys a chance.
That was
in
us,
Florida. But we've only had 7 in 21 years, Swank.
I know, but ever since Marv, it's like it seemed like it was the same deal, right? New coach, new quarterback, new coach, new quarterback until we got McDermott.
I feel bad for Miami because we've been saying all along that they're coming up in the ranks. We believe they got young talent and they just don't keep a coach long enough.
And we dogged them about the Tua thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they came through all this stuff, and I know that the Watson watch isn't over yet, but it seemed like Tua came through that, and like it was looking like he's their guy. And you've won 8 in a row. You know, I don't know. To me, it's like, what more do you want from the guy? He turned the season completely around. And we were dogging him about the way he handled Tua, and it turns out it was probably the right way. You know, like he's getting what he wants out of him.
Not for nothing. I'd really like. We were talking about it earlier this year. It would be nice to have a Buffalo-Miami rivalry again.
Hell yeah.
Now they're going to be starting over again. So
Yeah, I went on the Miami page today, and I was nice about it. I just need to know why, guys.
Saw
Why
that.
would the coach do this? And the big answer from everybody is GM didn't like him. The GM did
Yeah.
not like Flores.
Well, he came out and he said some stuff about that Watson trade, right? Because the GM said that, and the owner was the one that was pushing for that, I think. And obviously, the three of those guys were not on the same page. So, whatever, man. I think
We got something going on here. Good. So let's let them have their problems.
Yeah, sure. Go nuts.
Real
All
quick,
right.
guys. Patrick Howell, does it concern anyone with
I
Poyer?
was just going to ask this.
He said Poyer. I think he meant Hyde. Returns
Josh Cook
punts.
helped him out there. Yep.
I'm going to answer this shortly, and Swank always says it. Get Josh Allen the ball. So sometimes when you got McKenzie back there or Stevenson, and it's windy and it's cold, you're going to put a guy back there that I know Hyde did return it a couple times, had a couple returns, and he doesn't give himself away, guys. He drops to the ground. He doesn't take the big hit, but he's sure-handed as far as the punts go. And if we're going with the theory of get Josh the ball, Hyde's the guy who went back there.
What a new approach, though. I don't know if you saw how he returned these balls. He didn't catch the ball out of the air.
Did you see the press
He
conference?
backed up. No, I didn't see that one.
That was when they brought Trey's jersey out.
With everybody
right?
came out. Yep, I saw
it
that.
was
Yep.
awesome. I did a little tweet about what the name of their hip hop album would be. Mine was Secondary to None.
Offensive systems are down.
Yeah, yours are good. So Micah addressed it, and they said, they were trying to get him to jammed up about, the decision, like basically to bench Isaiah again, right? And he said, I'll do whatever this team wants me to do. I'm here to do every single thing the coach asks me. And if that's field punts, that's field punts. And then he started talking about how it was as windy as it was on that Monday night game against the Patriots. And the reason he was letting it drop was because it was swirling around up there, and that's also why Isaiah was having problems. It was swirling around right before it dropped, and then whatever. So he was just backing off, letting it bounce. And I liked he let those little skip dudes go, and they're clearing away from it, and he would pick it up. Usually if that was McKenzie or Stevenson, I might be a little more like, but Mike is back there. He's got sure hands, man. And I know the argument is you don't want him to get hurt. I tell you what, man, if he does that 5 times a game, punt returns 5 times a game, and Josh Allen is guaranteed to get the ball back 5 times.
5 times. Yep.
Okay. You're talking about 5 plays as opposed to, a whole game's worth of playing safety in the NFL, which to me, your chances of getting hurt doing any of that is way more. And we got to get out of this mentality of, playing not to get hurt. We're playing for a Super Bowl ring.
Which is a great point.
Take.
Which is a great point. When it comes,
dude.
I mentioned earlier. I mentioned it earlier. There's 3 phases to this game: offense, defense, and special teams, right? And we've had our kind of slips a little bit on kick returns and punt returns this year. That's why I was like the new approach. Do you let it bounce and then just go from there and see what the surroundings are coming around you? I like that approach, especially if the team's punting from their 20-yard line. If it's down, going to be near inside the 20, inside the 10 kick, you never know. But I like the approach. I like having sure hands back there. He's a smart guy. He's been in the league a long time. He wears a C for a reason. His choices seem to be 100% correct every time he picked it up and ran it.
And Jarrod, I know you've received punts before. And guys, this whole letting the ball drop is actually a strategic call. When the punters punt the ball in the air, it actually goes up in a spiral position, right? And when it stops, it sometimes can come straight down in a spiral position, even sometimes coming backwards. So if you're watching the ball, it's very hard to have to run up on the ball that's falling away from you. But sometimes if that ball bounces correctly, it'll take a sharp bounce back towards the guy that punted the ball. So him letting it drop was actually a smart call. And like Jarrod said, if it was something that was inside the 15 or 10, you might see him fair catch it and go catch it. But that whole letting it drop at the 40, that ball can either bounce straight up or bounce right back and give you better field position. So Micah Hyde knows it all, and he's got sure hands. So having him back there when it's windy, I'm okay with.
Real quick, we got some people, Brent Thomas and Josh Cook, Troy Pedito, all pointing out how many viewers we got rolling in tonight. And at one point I saw 38. So we've been hanging right about at 35. So thank you guys so much. I see you guys tagging your friends and sharing stuff and bringing in your family, and we love it. We appreciate the support. And you know what? all you new folks, make sure you're writing a comment so you can get entered to win this here Andre Reed signed helmet from our friends.
Swank, that's all you need to do?
Just leave a comment, bro.
Just leave a comment, and you're entered to win that.
Yeah, that's all. Swank, do you have an image that we could potentially show some people right now? Can I call that out right now?
Sure, buddy. You want to?
Since we've got 39, we've got 39 on people right now, guys. We want to share something special. Ryan Hickman's here. Hey, Ryan, our partner at Buffalo Autographs.
Is it going to be cold this weekend?
It's gonna be chilly. It's gonna be chilly. We are very excited to announce that we have our next shirt idea, and we absolutely love this idea. I was driving in a car today. I called Swank and Jarrod up. I go, I got this weird idea, guys. Help me figure it out. And Swank, our creative mind over here, put something amazing together. As far as it's awesome. It's awesome. We all know Steve Tasker's hype video from last year, and the phrase that he used last year with that hype video. And it got us all pumped. And then to see him on the sidelines, getting the crowd pumped up and having that cigar in his mouth, that's become Steve Tasker's signature, it looks like. So, Swanky, let me know when it's up, man.
It's there, buddy.
It's there. Take a look at that image. We're gonna do a pre-sale on. Do we decide hoodies, shirts, t-shirts? What are we gonna do, guys?
I'm down for what do you guys want, man? I want to.
It's cold out. It might be chilly. I might as well do hoodies.
I was throwing it up on some black like pullover hoodies. It looked cool. I like the idea of the gray that we were looking at, like the light gray. I don't know. I was pretty stoked on this when we were all getting together and being sick and just fiddling around on the computer getting it together. I think it's pretty badass. So why don't you guys tell us what you're thinking, man? Because I'd like to do this in a shirt or a hoodie, and I'd like to do Big Boot Babyface Bass in a hoodie. I think a hoodie would be sick for that one. Yeah.
Yep.
So a t-shirt, either way.
That is going to be our next merch as far as shirts go, hoodie, whatever it is. But we're excited about it, guys. And I love how creative Swank is. I put the idea in his head, and the guy took off with it. We still do have those 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, red, white, and blue, and black. And our Notorious Dig shirt that Swank came up with. And if you don't win tonight, this helmet, if you text us your address, you'll win one of these stickers that Jarrod's about to show you. We'll just send you a sticker for free. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Patrick Howell had two questions really quick. He wants to know how you win that helmet. Pat, you're already in the drawing for it. What we're going to do is... I just
responded to him.
Oh, did you write it down?
I just did, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Also, TJ Maxx and Canandaigua, I've been there. Our buddy Ryan Hickman at BuffaloAutographs.com, I called him and told him about what they're doing over there, and it's almost $400 for a mini helmet, but Ryan Hickman's is nowhere near that. So skip Canandaigua, TJ Maxx, contact Ryan Hickman. He'll hook you up.
We got a lot of hoodie fans, guys. So what we're going to do, guys, this is just the idea. We'll put out all the information. Like I said, it's going to be pre-sale, so we'll come up with costs and all that stuff, and we'll send you the Venmo information. But we figured our family comes on every Tuesday. Our Mafia, our Bills family comes on every Tuesday and hangs out with us. And before we put out a big post, we wanted to tell you guys first. So we wouldn't have it any other way with you guys joining in on this big announcement, but we're excited about it, and I know all you guys will be too.
Hell yeah.
And we're in the playoffs. We're playing the Patriots.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of people for these hoodies, and a lot of people wanting them and all that cool stuff. So thank you so much. Oh, I think we just hit 40. So that's cool. You guys are the shit. It looks like we're gonna do hoodies, I think.
Angle the cigar. It looks like a turd laying down.
No, we'll do some. That's the whole point.
Do a little smelly, maybe a fly. No, I like that. Might be chilly. All right, guys. Our Buffalo Bills are hosting the New England Patriots. Again, the reason why they're hosting them is because we won the AFC East, number 3 spot. Saturday at 8:15. I don't know exactly what time kickoff's going to be, but they like to say 8:15 and kick off like at 8:23. So, it's going to be chilly. It's going to be cold, 7 degrees. So if you're going to the game, bundle up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but from Breaking Tables, Brian over there, he's coming up for the game, and he mentioned last night on his show that he doesn't really have any cold gear. Somebody sent him cold gear.
Yeah, it's awesome.
From the Mafia. Isn't it?
Gloves, hats, an old school looking jacket. That's what Mafia is all about, guys. That's what our Bills Mafia is all about. We take care of one another. And that's just, I saw that and I was like, yeah, you just do one of these. Like, I don't doubt that happened at all, man. That's freaking awesome news.
Quick, did you know? Or Do you know how many times have the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots played in the playoffs?
1968 was the last time it happened.
1963 was.
Oh, darn.
Confident.
God, Scott.
It was the division of playoffs. The Patriots won 26-8. That was the last time the Buffalo Bills played the New England Patriots in a playoff game. Also, good thing about this game, it's going to be cold. It's going to be in Orchard Park. We're going to have a full capacity stadium there. It is going to be. I can't even. If you're going to do a sound meter for seeing who has the loudest stadium, I wouldn't. I bring it to this game because I got a feeling it's just going to be nuts. Let's just get into it. What's your bold predictions, score predictions, and X factor? Swank, I'm going to let you lead the way. I know, Scott, you wanted to say something. Did you want to say something before we do that?
I was just going to say we made it to the playoffs last year, and we had a third of the crowd, a fourth of the crowd. That's nothing compared to the 72 that are going to show up. And before that, what was it? 18 years.
Yeah.
18 years of quiet playoff, nothing happening at that stadium. You better believe they're going to bring the noise. You better believe the Mafia is going to be loud for all 4 quarters. Holy cow. Anybody out there want to give away tickets, I'm willing to take them. I'm just saying this is going to be a game you want to be at for sure.
Keely Smith wants to cut off a toe to be there. She'll cut off a toe if anybody wants to.
Listen, I saw there's still tickets available. I looked them up. I know, like I said, I think in less than 25 minutes, I'm probably going to be quarantined for the rest of the week, but we'll see what happens. But I looked up tickets, man. You can get nosebleeds for 110 a piece, which I don't think that's that bad. But you can get a 100 level behind the Bills bench, like 15, 20 row up, and they're like $230 a piece, which again, that seems like ridiculous money, but for this kind of opportunity that hasn't come around in however long, some of those tickets last year were selling for ridiculous money.
Yep.
So it's just cool to know that we live close enough and that it's not expected, like assuredly, but it's commonplace enough and not crazy enough to think that they're going to make it to where you could actually pop on your phone and be like, I think I'm going to go to a playoff game this weekend. That's pretty awesome to me. So enough stalling around. I think the things that are going to be huge for this game, it's going to be cold, real cold. And I think you're going to see McDonald's Jones do McDonald's Jones things. He's going to hand the ball off. Billy Belly's going to try and just run it right down our throat again and again. The difference, I think, this time is we didn't have quite the run game the last time we played them that we have developed into. So I think not that we need to do the same kind of game plan as we did the first time around, which was try to do what the Patriots were trying to do against us. I think, and this is going to blow everybody's mind, especially Brian Dable's, just do a nice balanced offense like you've been doing the last couple weeks.
I'm sorry, did you say the B word?
Balance. Your boy Motor has been scoring touchdowns every week for the last 4 weeks. He's the bell cow. I'm sorry you didn't want a bell cow running back, but you got one. And statistically, if you see how many touches he's making compared to how many yards he's getting, if you would have done this all along, he probably would have averaged like 80 yards a game at least. So I think, and I know there's a lot of coaching jobs out there, so please, if you're the Chicago Bears or the Miami Dolphins or the New York Giants, turn off the K-gun right now. I think that it was play calling that was the issue. I'm not sure. We've said it millions of times, but I think it was a play calling. So anyway.
Swank, if you look at this weekend's play calls, besides what you said, halfway through the beginning of the second quarter to the mid-third quarter, we saw everything in that playbook come out. The sweeps. McKenzie got a 15-yard run and a jet sweep.
The sweeps, the beeps.
The beeps and the... So balance, you're right.
The balance, man. And this is the thing, though, because it's just like this last week where you can see that, and then all of a sudden it gets predictable. Like, I knew exactly what they were going to run all the way up until that third quarter where they started turning it around. And I'm like, watch this. They're going to do this. And then they didn't. And I'm like, what? They handed it off to Isaiah McKenzie in the backfield? Well, that was a genius way to get him to the outside. It's kind of like a jet sweep. Like, you know, these little things, it's like vanilla clever, you know? Like, so anyway, I just want some more consistency. I want to see a solid run effort. I want to see a really good showing, decision-making wise and completing the catch process wise from the wide receivers. I think that would be great. Hopefully it's not quite as windy, and maybe it'll be a little easier on their handsies. But my score prediction is a Buffalo Bills win, and I think that we're looking at a hard-fought trench game, but it's going to be 24-10 Bills. I think this is going to be one of those ones that they really claw out of the dirt. My bold prediction is Motor gets his 100-yard game, and he gets 2 tutties. And my X factor for this game is going to be 2 peeps, Horrible Harry and Eddie O. And they're going to stomp out that middle run game, and they're not going to get anything. They're going to stomp them right out in their tracks. So
Nothing.
I likes it.
And we move on. We move on to the divisional.
I'm just going to add this really quick because I have the same bold prediction. I have Singletary, 21 carries, 153 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Scott, score, bold, X.
Guys, what did we say the week of the Bills beating the Patriots? Didn't I say it's going to be the start of the fall of Mac Jones?
Yep.
His first 2/3 of the season, the guy was averaging 260 yards passing, 1.5 touchdowns, and just under an interception. These last 5 games, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. It's the beginning of the fall of Mac Jones. And now he's playing the number 1 defense again. And now he's got the pressure of the playoffs for the Patriots for the first time ever in his life in a stadium where this is something that we haven't had and enjoyed with 72,000 fans in 18, 19, 20, 30, 25, however many years it's been. Man, oh man, is our defense going to come and they're going to be impressive. My score prediction doesn't suggest maybe the shutout that I would hope for. 24-14 is the score I'm going to go with. Only because it's a Belichick coached Patriot team in the playoffs. So you never know. And of course, Belichick's playing this whole I just counted 10 of their 22 starters are questionable. Mm-hmm. If that's not a Belichick injury report, I don't know what is.
Back to his old ways.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. But guys, the fall of Mac Jones is going to continue. I know the Patriots have the 4th ranked defense. They are a good defense, but I think with Spencer Brown out there, with his attitude and with our line coming together, cheap shot Judon is not going to get away with a lot of nonsense. You're going to see a lot of extracurricular activities, I think, this week, just like you did in the Jets game. It's going to be a hard-fought game. And one of these, I called Coach Dable, and I told him to put some cinder blocks in the jugs machine for the wide receivers this week.
So that's what they're going to be catching.
Wind chill of a -5 degrees, these balls are going to feel like rocks. And the heat that Josh Allen puts behind them is not going to be able to thaw them out by the time they get to the wide receiver. They're going to be hard to catch. So, but Swank, I don't see Dable going far off from our normal game plan. A pass-heavy offense, mixing in the run game a little more like they have been in the past couple weeks. So my score is 24-14. My bold prediction is I'm going to stick with the same prediction I had last time. With this cold weather and our Buffalo Bills defense, Mac Jones is going to remain at about 50% passing. And you're going to like this. Poyer, instead of Hyde, gets 2 interceptions on Mac Jones.
I like it.
What do you guys think about that?
I like it.
I like that.
My X factor is that defensive line, just the front 4. It's the interior defensive line containing their gaps and making sure that those edge rushers contain the outside to protect against the run, because I think that's the only thing that could beat us. And you know damn well Belichick's going to go with something that he knows. He's smart. He's going to come back with the run. He's not going to trust Mac Jones. He hasn't all year. So we stop the run, we kill the Patriots. We stop the run, we kill the Patriots.
We know what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and eat up a bunch of clock and keep Josh on the bench. That's what they want to do.
Yep.
Real fast, a couple things. Spartan confirmed it is a murder. across his house, from his house.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Well, good to know. I hope you're okay, buddy.
I hope they left the comment.
Spartan 2 comments doesn't give you 2 extra spots. I'm just saying.
And also, we got a newer listener, Dave Stasinski, I think.
Welcome,
Stasinski.
Dave.
He said, have you guys mentioned that we actually have the 6th ranked rushing offense? And
right, we haven't had a rushing offense all year, right?
Well, yeah,
but now
well,
we're 6th.
And that's the whole thing, right? Is that like we have had it statistically. Statistically, it's been there. I think everybody's bitch has been that it's been Josh running the ball.
Allen, right?
Yeah, and it's been circumstance of opportunity as opposed to execution. But I think, like we were saying, man, it's the right time to come on and get hot. Show that you're diverse. I think that these Patriots really need to evaluate what we've done the last couple of weeks, and it sucks for them because not only they can't fall back on that first game, the second game was different, and now it's completely different again. And even though you're about to play the same team for the third time, it's a completely different look, if you're asking me, in a hostile environment. So, God, if they just go in confident and dot their I's, cross their T's, man, I think this can be a solid statement win.
Well, Mark Maddox said it a couple of weeks ago, the fact that when you play a team twice a year, they have film on you from last year, the games that they played this year. So it's always hard to beat an NFL team in general, but to play them twice and beat them twice, it's hard. We split it during the regular season. The last game was actually the game where we had 0 punts. And I don't know, what was the final score, 33-17 or something like that. If you go back, I told you guys to go back and watch this Patriots game earlier today. Again, no punts, but going back to the dropsies, we had Diggs drop a touchdown pass, okay, in the side of the 10 or 15. We kicked a field goal. We had Kumaro drop a touchdown pass, ended up in a field goal. And also we went for it on 4th and 1 at like the 13-yard line. So that's 3 potential touchdowns that we missed out on. So 33 points could have been more. And I know you can't go back and say that, but our offense was rolling against this team.
This is where that mindset comes into play, though, right? Where it's like, no matter how good Josh plays or the offense plays, they always say we left something out there. It could have been better, right? They want to go down and score a touchdown every single drive. So these ones that they're leaving in the red zone, if you're looking, man, I was rewatching the Jets game today, just the first quarter, because then I started getting mad. But that first drive, even in the red zone, they started stalling, and what had to happen? Josh Allen had to take it and get an angry throw to Stephon Diggs while pushing off, straight arming a 300-pounder and then a 250-pounder hanging on his waist, throwing it while he's falling out of bounds to somebody who is, without a doubt, one of the most amazing wide receivers in the NFL right now, dotting that to get that catch for the tutty. Like, the plays before that, I remember texting you guys being like, what are they doing? Like, you get down there, you get in 1st and goal, and you're handing it off twice to Singletary up the gut. Why are you doing that? What got you? I mean, I understood he broke that huge run. You know what opened up that huge run? That little screen to Knox. First play out the gate. And he chunks out 20 yards. And then all of a sudden, motor breaks one. And that's great, man. But Jesus, you can't just go but. Like, it's got to be a little bit heavier than that. There's got to be a little more meat on the bone than that. And that's what drives me crazy about his play calling sometimes, man. And, but well wishes to him and his own. And I hope for him to get a great job somewhere the hell away from Buffalo.
In Bills Mafia, Fandemonium, we're going to be okay with Ken Dorsey.
Yes, we've been preaching 100%. Him for a long time.
I just want to throw this out there,
27-7. Go ahead.
We're all about family here. Obviously, Mafia is family. Bills Mafia, Fandemonium. We love you guys all. There will be, Jarrod, I got confirmation, there will be a Spartan at the Buffalo Bills game this Saturday.
Ooh,
it's feeling good, huh?
Nice.
His range of motion is a lot better. He's feeling a lot better, and he let me know that he's doing great. making progress, and he is not gonna. He's gonna be at tailgating.
So
Buffalo
let me
Spartan. This is Sparta.
I'm gonna throw this out there really quick. If you're ever going to a Bills game and you're trying to figure out what to do, tailgate a little bit with yourself, but venture over to Hammers Lot and then cross the street over to the Bills fans. They're crazy.
Super fans.
They're good. They're humble. They're like family. They take you in and they show you everything. That was a good time. I plan on doing that every time I go to the game now. Is just go visit those guys because they were such a good bunch of people. And they're all about sportsmanship too. When we were there for the Houston Texans game, there were Houston Texans super fans there too. And they're all mingling and having conversation and talking about good football. Let's get some bold predictions and scores from the Fandemonium here. Gary Richardson, 28-21 Bills. Buffalo Bills punt return. X Factor's defensive line destroying the Patriots line. That's my X Factor too, Scott. I know you mentioned it, but that's my X Factor is the D line. Paul Rossi, Bills by 10. That's a quick question I want to throw out there for you guys. And Josh Cook already said it. If I can find what his score prediction was, but he said Jackson's going to have a pick six. Playoffs are all about opportunity, and sometimes there's an individual who shows up that was kind of playing well all season, and all of a sudden they make a big play. Taron Johnson last year against Baltimore Ravens took that pick six for a touchdown and changed the whole dynamic of that game. For this New England Patriots game, Josh Cook says Dane Jackson's taking one for 6. Do you guys have a guy that you're hoping or you see under the radar, Swank, you're nodding, that you think is going to do something crazy?
I don't know if it's crazy, but I think Levi's going to show up huge in these playoffs, man. I think his whole demeanor, I don't know. There's a mic'd up from him 2 weeks ago that is awesome if you guys haven't listened to it. And it's not like, it's not like super entertaining or anything. But he came out and the first thing he said to the camera guy when he was mic'd up was, "Sorry guys, I don't feel much like talking today." And it was all focused on work. And it was all, him running. And most of the time he didn't have to make plays on balls because they weren't throwing at him. And now that's saying something to somebody who, was a question mark to make the team, right? They had to sign back to a 1-year prove-it deal after he's proved it a couple of years. This kid's coming into his prime. And I think that this playoff run is going to be what gets him his contract in Buffalo that secures him and Trey White for the next couple of years together as a great tandem. And again, if you watch
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps with you saying that.
Yeah, thanks. I got
Now you're gonna do a coughing fit. But you're right. The guy they brought in replacements for him year in and year out, and he's just beating them all out. And Jarrod, I'm glad you said this. There's always something that goes on with the past couple of years, a big play that helps us out. And last year it was Taron Johnson, and the quiet guy Levi Wallace doing his job and being part of the number 1 ranked defensive backfield in the league. Playoff times is when it counts, guys. Yeah. If you're going to see someone up their game, let it be Levi.
Let it be Levi. I like that. Let it be Levi. Yo, I'll tell you what, Dane Jackson, man, I've always been a fan of his, like for the last couple of years anyway. And when they all came out on the podium to do that press conference, they were all like, Micah and Jordan were joking around trying to give them, like, Levi and Dane the microphones, and Taron like trying to be like, we're not the only guys, in the secondary or whatever. And Dane actually answered a question, but those two dudes, man, Micah and Jordan, are such good captains and such good mentors. And Dane Jackson, man, when he came out, he goes, a testament to anything that's happening positive in my game is because of these guys right here and everybody in this room teaching me how to be better. Allowing me to get the opportunities to show that I can be a good player in this league. And very humble, very same bit, man. Like Micah and Jordan have set the tone for that whole locker room, dude, and especially the secondary. But it flows through that whole building. And for a kid like that, that's in his second year, that everybody wants him to be like a diamond in the rough, man. I think that's huge. This is that building block, trust the process shit that we're all talking about, the culture.
Yes.
That is just going to travel. Like when you're sitting here and you're saying in 10 years, like, man, the Bills are still good. This is why right now.
Mm-hmm.
The building block, and then the fact that a 2-year player went ahead and said that C on his chest is eventually going to be there, and he will own that because he recognizes that kind of leadership, and he recognizes that he is still a young buck coming into that leadership. The recognition and the awareness and the fact that he gives credit where credit's due, man, gotta get you excited.
Dave asked where the link was for the shirts and hoodies and stuff. Dave, just Facebook, personal message us at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium if you have any questions about shirts. Again, we have our original black and white 24/7 Buff Fandemonium shirt. We have the red 24/7 Buff Fandemonium shirt, and we have a Notorious Digs shirt too that we are selling. The hoodies were an idea that we all had that we kind of want to get going. So there'll be more information about that coming up soon. But any other question, everybody, Fandemonium, just personal message, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium.
Yeah, we're gonna pre-order those, so we'll get your sizes and all that stuff, and then we'll order after that. So the pre-order, you'll definitely be guaranteed the size that you want with that sweet little Tasker cigar idea.
Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah.
And it's not too late to leave a comment, guys. If you're just sitting there listening,
comments,
say hi. Say hi. You win an autograph. You won't win. You'll be put on the Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny for a chance to win this COA authenticated Andre Reed red helmet. There you go. Brought to you by BuffaloAutographs.com.
The best sponsor of any live stream ever.
So everyone already hit my bold prediction X Factor. So my score prediction is going to be 38-17. The Buffalo Bills. I think we forgot to mention one thing though. I know Swank touched a little bit upon it earlier tonight, but to really get into it a little bit more, that offensive line, watching them play against the Jets, and the Jets don't have an easy front four, they were resetting that line of scrimmage almost on every play.
Yeah.
Hike. It was like a tunnel. As soon as the ball was hiked, the guards in the center were 3 yards pushing their guys back. Yep. So we got to give kudos to that. And I think they found the right recipe for that offensive line to continue the success of the Buffalo Bills offense.
Jarrod, like I said earlier, the Jets defense is ranked 32, but they got Quinn and Williams. They got legit defensive ends that have 5+ sacks each, more than our guys do. And then they have CJ Mosley in the middle. They fly around. That's a decent front seven. And Salah's got a good thing going on there in New York. And yeah, for that offensive line who hasn't been in cohesion for a long time because they've been scrambled back and forth, they're coming together. And you're right, they did 0 sacks. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely hit on all cylinders with this, finally, like, securing this lineup, right, and adding Bates in, and everybody's healthy, and, yeah, everybody's just firing. I heard a thing about Darrell Williams today, because there were people that were questioning whether, now that he's moved in at right guard, if he's worth the money that they were paying him at right tackle. And he's paid as the 26th highest paid right tackle or right guard right now in the league, and he's ranked 30th PFF. So I mean, I don't know if he's 30th, but I think that they got him. Like, the business end of things is right there. You know what I mean? Like, you're within 4 spots, and how can you have a right guard that's ranked 30th with Josh Allen? Who
PFF,
extends, exactly, it's PFF, right? And they're in the playoffs. Like,
playoffs? Well, Swank, remember, we have 0 Pro Bowlers on that number 1 defense.
I know. He's got to be better than 15th, if you're asking me.
We have finished the regular season, and we are ranked number 1 at defense, and we have nobody there, which is fine. I'll take it. And I'm sure all those guys on the defensive side of the ball will also take that because we're in the playoffs, and there's a bigger bowl besides the Pro Bowl that you want to be a member of. So
I really hope, and this isn't me jinxing it, and this isn't me being a homer, if we get there, I want Josh and Jordan Boyer hoisting that son of a bitch, that trophy right above their heads, and I want Jordan's first comment to be, I hope everybody enjoys the Pro Bowl this year. Like, that's what I want, because I'll be sitting here with this, you know?
And I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah. He's got nothing to be embarrassed about, man. That guy.
I don't know, man.
That guy's like, he's how he's not in talks of like MVP is just beyond me.
Mm.
He is though. He's such a good story. Look at like Waller, right? When he went like he had like I feel like a worse kind of like story that happened with his recovery and all that stuff, and like playing, and he was loaded up and like having to leave and go to rehab and all this stuff. And Jordan was like a high quality player even when he was drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's sober, and now he's just like ridiculous. There's another PFF. They're not even graded in the best safety duo in the NFL, like top 5. Like what is going on, man? Who are these guys?
The more I look at their things, it's like I can't believe they get the recognition they do.
I don't know.
And you have to pay for stats. You have to pay for everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
Crazy.
I'm not going to put money on somewhere that they're going to fill me full of BS stats.
No.
Do what you want, PFF. I'm your worst fan here. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You may have all the researchers in the world, but watch a game or two. That's all I got to say.
And that goes back to what I said earlier. If you look at this past weekend's game and the score doesn't indicate the dominance that the Buffalo Bills have. If you're just looking at numbers by an offensive lineman or defensive tackle or their safety duel, watch the game. That's when you're going to realize them playing around the field or their presence in a play is affecting something else. Again, I'm going to say it. I've said it a couple weeks already. No ball has gone over Hyde or Poyer's head. All the long touchdown passes have been, slants or outs that they get around. Nothing has gone up and over.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, PFF. What's that mean? Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada da bang bang, bada da boom boom.
All right, so needless to say, I think we're all excited about this Buffalo Bills game. Again, 8:15 Saturday night.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Mafia, Fandemonium, whoever's going to the game, be loud. Be loud. I'm sure you guys are going to be. You guys want to do some pick'ems really quick?
Sure.
I got all the games written down. You want to just do all of them because they're
Might as well. Playoffs.
Sure,
Let's
man.
do it.
Sure. Let's do it.
Fandemonium, let us know who you think's going to win these games.
all right. Fandemonium. First one up, we have Steelers versus Kansas City. Swank.
Dude, I was thinking, because I watched that game, the Chargers-Raiders game, right? And what the hell were they doing? What were the Chargers doing? Why did they take that time out? Dummies, man. They'd both be in the playoffs right now. And I knew, like, with all this tie talk that, people are like, oh, they're just whatever you got to do to get your team in. Like, okay, I think that there's no team that's like, I'm going to let this division rival of mine, like, roll into the playoffs with me. But I think in that moment, they would have just ran the ball one more time.
Right, because that's what they were doing.
Yeah. So why the hell did they think? I think the Chargers timeouted themselves out of the fucking playoffs, man. Like, I think it's stupid, dumb. Anyway, but while that was happening, I was thinking of my boy Eric Gordner and all that week 1 junk that was talked,
Yep.
And we like to bust balls back and forth. But
Eric had to stress it until 3 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, dude.
Last game of the season.
Yeah. It's a very Bills thing. That's an old regiment Bills thing that we used to have to deal with all the time, right? That kind of shit would happen to us. So with that being said, I really don't think Ben's got anything left in his tank, and I think that this is going to be, unfortunately, a pretty easy week 1 win for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Swank. Ben Roethlisberger hasn't had anything left in his tank the last 6 weeks, and yet the Steelers still come out of it. I think the Steelers have the perfect defense for Chiefs. I really do. I'm going with the upset. I'm going Steelers, not only because one of my BFs, Eric, is a big Steelers fan, but I think the potential they had it. They've already got killed by them once this year. I think the advantage is to the Steelers because they have more on tape. I'm going Steelers. And to go off of your Chargers Raiders game, I think what came into play there was figuring out if we win, we play this team. If we tie, we play this team. And I think if they tied, they would be playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to avoid that.
Which I don't understand, aside from the fact that the Chiefs' defenses came on, like, obviously in the second half of the season. I was looking at the list, man. I'm just not scared of anybody.
Nope.
Like, I'm not.
The one
Nope.
team I was scared of is out.
Is out Colts.
Yeah.
Colts.
Yeah, and look at, I don't know, man. Well, I mean, you can say, Derrick Henry, but I think they're going to be
We don't even know if
bye-weeking
he's
out.
going to be back.
Yeah. He's got another
Right.
week, but I don't know. I'm not scared of the Chiefs. I'm definitely not scared of the Patriots. I'm not scared of the Raiders. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just I think we got as good a shot as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have
Yeah,
KC.
buddy.
Justin Osborne has KC. John Steelers. Debbie Emerton, KC. Lisa, KC. Shelby, KC. Patrick Howell, KC. KC's going to choke. So he has Steelers. Alyssa, KC. We have a lot of people here today. Troy Perdue says Cowboys. All right. So, okay. Everyone's getting ahead. Guys, can't keep up.
we'll keep it rolling here. Come on, host.
Keep it rolling.
All right.
Your boys
Caleb
got
Frederick, Pittsburgh.
Possible COVID over.
Raiders and Bengals. Oh, I have KC. Raiders and Bengals. I have the Bengals.
I'm going Raiders. I think Burrow's luck's going to run out. I got the Raiders winning that one.
Man, I played with a lot of heart the other night. That's really tempting.
I like
Yeah.
Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr. He's a class act. He's done everything right. He says everything right, even when shit hits the fan over there in Raiderville. God bless.
Thank you.
But I would like to see him advance. I think he deserves it. He's been on a team long enough, and he's done enough to get a playoff win. And good luck, Derek Carr. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah,
Like we
you
got.
know what? I'm going Raiders for my boy Chris at work. He's a big Raiders fan, and I think you got to cut your teeth in this league, man. And I think Burrow's got flashes, but just like Josh Allen, he had to lose that first one to know what it felt like. So
Yep.
I don't think this is quite his time.
Paul
Great
Rossi,
season.
Bengals. John
Great
Johns, Raiders.
season.
Justin Osborne, Bengals. Shelby, Bengals. Alyssa, Bengals. Randy, Raiders. Raiders. Okay, here we go. Eagles versus Bucks. I have the Eagles. Swank, who you got?
I hope you're right, dude. I really hope you're right.
You like how I slipped that in
would
really
love
quick?
it.
The upset,
that
I
was
have the
slick,
Eagles.
man. That's like when you want to tell somebody some bad news. You just go, yeah, sure, you know.
Brent Thomason says sneeze that COVID out, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying. Man, I'm gonna go. You know what, dude? I'll homer it with you. I'm going Eagles.
Mike Huntone, my cousin's cousin. He's a big Eagles fan, so I'm rooting for him.
This is why I say Eagles. I think the Eagles have a decent defense. And I think the Eagles' offense is coming together, and they were able to take a week off. Sometimes people would think that's a disadvantage, but they're all going to a warm weather area. It's not like they have to acclimate to the cold weather. So I don't know. I think the Buccaneers, what I saw against the Jets, they might be in trouble. And I think Hurts would be the perfect antidote to that Bucs defense.
Justin Osborne, Bucks. Alyssa, Eagles. Buffalo Spartan, Bucks. Sad to say. Debbie Emerton, the Buckholes. Love it. Troy Bedelia, yeah, I got you. Troy, he said Pittsburgh, Bills, Raiders, Dallas, and Rams. That's his choices. I got you. And the Bucks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Bedito. Good job, bud. John Johns, Eagles. All right. So we got 49ers and Cowboys. Swank.
You know what would be really cool to me?
Yep.
Is if it was the 49ers and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's a Chris Berman thing.
The Berman Bowl, man. I would love that. And I just like the history between those two. I don't know. Like the pedigree, separately between those two teams.
Yeah.
And I think we could mop the floor with them. I think that would be great.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot. I got to go Cowboys, I guess. I got to. I just don't think the Niners will take it.
I went Cowboys too.
I want the media and the announcers to be slapped in the face and be like, "Oh my God, what happened?" They were complimenting Dak Prescott and the Cowboys so much when they beat up on the second string and third string of the Eagles.
Yeah.
And my good buddy Dana Longi is a huge Niners fan, so you know I'm going to go Niners on this one.
There you go.
And I want to shut up a lot of the Cowboys fans because, yeah, I mean you were hyping Dak Prescott up for all these yards and touchdowns that he had against the third stringers. Come on now.
He is kind of turning into like that Phillip Rivers kind of guy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got his moments. But damn.
And the last but not least, the Cardinals versus the Rams.
Ugh. Tie.
I have the Rams.
I'm going Rams. I would like Cooper Kupp to keep going.
Oh, God. I don't like McVay, but I hate that baby face.
Murray.
Kyler Murray. Rams. 3-0.
There you go. There's our picks for today.
There you go.
All right. Justin Osborne, 49ers. Alyssa, Cowboys. Shelby, Cowboys.
Yeah, we
Alyssa,
didn't pick the
Cowboys.
Green Bay game.
Where was it? Okay.
It's
Green Bay versus. They're on the bye.
They're on a bye.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Almost got me, Swank.
Welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating tonight. It went crazy tonight. We almost got up to 40. That's awesome. Next time we'll chug a beer. Like we have before, the Buffalo Bills are going to be hosting the New England Patriots because they are the AFC East championships. We're going to be coming here at 7-degree weather. It's going to be cold out. Put on hats, everything you did. If you commented tonight and you're still around and you haven't commented, throw something in there quick because you're going to be up for that Andre Reed signed COA mini helmet. That was given to us by our sponsor, Buffalo Autographs. Ryan Hickman at buffaloautographs.com and Buffalo Autographs Facebook page. That's a beautiful helmet, too. I wish they could wear those reds next year. Next year is going to be the year where we could possibly see those red helmets again because their Swank doesn't like them because they can do more than one color helmet.
Oh, really?
Scott, we're going to do closing thoughts.
Hey, guys, this is a hyped time of year. We're in the playoffs. And, you know, I hate to toot our own horn and tell you to bring the mafia, the family, to 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. But I'm not going to go on a rant about this, but it pisses me off. You know, we did a couple polls last week, and legit polls didn't have our names on it or anything. And we sent them to the mafia pages and they declined them. And then some of the stuff that I see, the trash they're putting on their page, like Cowboys versus Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, they let that crap on their page. And it's two NFC teams, and it's really starting to annoy me. And I didn't complain all day, all show, but this is starting to annoy me. Guys, 24/7 is for real. We talk to our fans. We enjoy our fans. We enjoy our family. We give away stuff. We do charities. We get you guys involved. We love you guys, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We wouldn't be where we were without you guys. And so this is a final thought of, we made the playoffs. Let's share the love. Bring all your family, your mafia with you. Come to our page where we can have a conversation every week and have it be respected instead of seeing this other stuff on these other pages. It's just the way it is. The AFC East, we just want it. We're in the playoffs. Let's enjoy it. Let's be prepared all day Saturday. We got a late game Saturday, which is something we're not used to, but we have Sunday off, and a lot of us also have that Monday off too. So it's a long weekend. So let's come together. Be loud for us, guys. It's been a long time since we've hosted a game with 72 plus thousand fans. And I can't wait to hear it on the TV, and I can't wait to drink with you guys. And Sunday Sessions is coming up. We'll let you know when that show will actually go live, but we'll have that pregame show for you.
I'm thinking right now we could probably do it regular time, unless you wanted to do it later.
Like regular time on Saturday?
Yeah.
Or Sunday?
Yeah,
Sunday after?
Yeah, same time on Saturday, or do you want to push it later? We should get it Ryan and see what he thinks too.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you
we'll
guys
let you
think?
know.
What do you guys think?
What do you think, guys? Sunday Sessions. Tell us what time you want the show. You want a pregame like at 5:00?
Yo, you know what else? Yeah, let's do that. I want to do it later, and I'm gonna open up the phone lines. How about that?
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Dave wants to know when we're doing the drawing. Usually we do everything tonight. We take down all the names, and then we spin the wheel tonight, and then we put it out tomorrow. Swank's not feeling well, so what we're going to do is we're just going to hang out for a little bit, let him recover, and then we will get it out before the end of the week. You'll know the winner before the end of the week, and we'll post it on the Fandemonium page and group. And the winner, we will tag your name. So you will know if you won. If you have any questions by Saturday, if you haven't seen anything, just personal message us and we'll let you know. But before the end of the week for sure.
Thank you guys so much for all the well wishes and all that stuff. I appreciate it. I had to cancel Endless Mountain Mondays last night too because sitting and talking is a lot easier than standing and screaming and singing.
Believe that.
But yeah, so my final thought is, man, again, enjoy this. Enjoy every minute of it. It's one of those things where like you can really like you've wanted it for so long that it's busy to get, like, it's easy to get wrapped up in all the busyness of it, and to get like that hubris and like that false sense of like cockiness, and that's not where this team's at, and that's not where we should be as a fan base either. Like, I think we got a lot more left to prove. I think there's a lot of great things about this fan base, and one of the things that we do better than most people, aside from the charity and all that stuff, is we know how to take our licks. So I believe this is our time to take it all. But don't go into this game thinking that Bill Belichick's just going to roll on his back and let us have it. This is going to be as stressful as the games last year and as stressful as the games before and whatever. But I just don't obsess over it so much that, you worry about it, but also don't let it pass you by, and enjoy it, because all these moments, man, these are, again, the stories you're going to tell your kids about, your nephews, your nieces, all that stuff. Like, you're going to tell everybody about this era of Buffalo Bills and how fun it was to watch and how good they were. And, I'm just glad that you guys are great enough to, like, let us into your homes twice a week. And, you can join us every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the K-Gun Report, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can get the audio on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. Also, I love all of you.
Sudafed did you take, dude?
Huh?
No, it's awesome that everyone's showing their love for you. Obviously, Swank wants you to get better, but there's 2 or 3 other people out there too that are not feeling too well. So everyone get better, get through the week, hydrate, sleep it off, and get ready for that game on Saturday. I just have 2 things to say, actually. Swank, you touched on it a little bit before. This is a 60-minute football game. Playoffs are all about 60 minutes. We sometimes question calls and what's going on, and I can't believe this is happening, but we never doubt our Buffalo Bills. During the playoffs, you have to be rooting for 60 minutes because it sometimes doesn't end until the end. So be positive, put that energy out there for everyone to feel it. Be at the stadium, be loud, put that energy out there for everyone to feel it, because this game doesn't end until it reads 0-0. And I got a feeling our Buffalo Bills are going to be on the top end of that. Another thing I really want to say quickly is last year, the Buffalo Bills lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, and we all have that image of Stephon Diggs watching the Kansas City Chiefs raise up that Lamar Hunt trophy to go to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. If you thought that this season, 18 weeks, that image was going to carry any weight, I got a feeling you were wrong. Right now is the time that image is going to be present everywhere, and you bet it that Stephon Diggs is now remembering that more than anything else, and the whole team is going to be remembering that. So this is going to be a Buffalo Bills team with a different fire that I feel like we've all seen throughout the 18 weeks. This could be a confident Bills team that's going to come out and dominate a team that they should. So again, be positive, cheer on your Buffalo Bills. We'll see you all at 8:15 on Saturday because we'll have that live thread going.
Yep.
And I can't wait for it. Have a great week. Stay warm. Guys, playoff time. Go Bills. Tune in Sunday, though, for the Sunday sessions. We'll let everyone know when that's going on. Or no,
it'll be Saturday.
Saturday for Sunday sessions.
Do you want to read off your grocery list or something? This is the longest closing I've ever heard.
And check out Shout for a Cause Inc. They got a lot of stuff going over there, too. Guys, go Bills.
BuffaloAutographs.com, www.buffaloautographs.com, and their Buffalo Autographs Facebook page. Go Bills! Ah!
Big Brand Thomason saying, damn, I love all the watches tonight. Us too, buddy. Go Bills.
This is a dangerous group that